Meant for Her, the Love and Danger series, Book 1, written by Amy Gamet, narrated by Carly Robbins. Chapter 1. Hank Jared was running. 4 miles in, he hit his stride. Heavy metal music poured from his headphones, drowning out all but the rhythmic beating of his shoes on the pavement. The neighborhood around him was upscale and well-manicured, with stately rolling lawns and automatic sprinkler systems that wet his dark hair and tan, bronzed skin. His physical conditioning was evident in the controlled swish of air in and out of his lungs, the defined muscles of his calves and thighs flexing in sync with the pumping of his arms. He checked his watch. Plenty of time to get back and pack before his flight. 5 days before Christmas, and it feels like the middle of May. He had been in Florida nearly a month, working on a case for Admiral Barstow. While Hank enjoyed the sunshine and novelty of swimming in December, his amusement turned to irritation when he saw his first palm tree covered in Christmas lights. He needed a blue spruce, and he needed it quickly. By nightfall, he'd be in the Adirondacks. His mouth formed an unconscious smile at the thought of his destination. His little sister was getting married on Christmas Eve, and the whole family was gathering at his mother's house for the event. I'll be walking her down the aisle. The thought brought with it the faintest grief, a wave by now so familiar Hank simply accepted its crest. It had been more than 5 years since their father passed away. Ray Jared had been a strong, kind man with a boisterous sense of humor, a love of the outdoors, and a deep dedication to family. Kelly's wedding made their father's absence as tangible as a shadow where sunlight once shined, and Hank was both honored and saddened to stand in the spot his father should have occupied. The residential neighborhood ended in a cul-de-sac, lined on one side with evergreens. The hedges obscured a 10-foot-high chain-link fence, a small opening in the foliage marking an entrance to another space beyond. Hank slowed to a walk, retrieving a plastic card from his running pack. He slid it through a small card reader on a steel post, the gate unlocking with a metallic click. Acres of turf surrounded what looked like a business complex. The newest field office of the U.S. Navy was nothing if not discreet. Hank enrolled right after college, having always dreamed of a career in the armed forces. The military was his life. His breathing slowly returning to normal, he dug in his pack for his cell phone and dialed the familiar numbers. "Don't be mad, Mom," he said when she answered, "but I'm not going to be able to make it." He sounded devastated to his own ears. "Hank William Jared. That wasn't funny when you were 10, and it sure as hell isn't funny now." He chuckled. "It's a little funny." "It might be a little funny if the caterer hadn't double-booked." "You're kidding." "Nope. And it would have been downright hilarious if the wedding bands had arrived at the jeweler's." Maybe he picked the wrong day to joke with his mother. "I can fix this, Mom." "How are you going to fix it?" "I'll treat for pizza." "That's very helpful, dear." "I am a helper, you know." "Yes, you are. What time does your flight get in? I have a to-do list here with your name on it." Hank was sure she had an actual piece of paper that said Hank across the top. With 3 children and a family business to run, his mother had a great deal of experience delegating responsibility. 3:30? Who's picking me up?" "Ron. He and Kelly have been playing chauffeur all week." Kelly's fiancé had seemed like a nice enough guy the few times Hank had met him, but he was happy to hear that Ron was playing taxi driver so they'd have a chance to talk. Without his father, it seemed like his responsibility to give Ron the 3rd degree. Kelly met him on an airplane when she was on her way home from college for Christmas break 2 years ago. Hank got the feeling there was more to that story, and he intended to get the whole truth from Ron before the wedding. "No worries, Mom. I'm on my way." Hank was interrupted by a call-waiting beep. He checked the caller ID and frowned. "Mom, I have to take this." "Work?" "Yes." "Don't answer it, Hank. Bad things come in 3s, and we only have 2. "I have to." "I know you do," she sighed. "Call me later." Hank clicked over to the incoming call. "What can I do for you, Admiral?" "I've got a nasty virus. Almost a third of the company is infected." Julie Trueblood rested her forehead on her fingers as she leaned over her desk. Are you going to be able to make it for Christmas?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?